In this video, I'm going to talk about the 6 important tools in Premiere Pro that everyone should know. One of the training series of learning Premiere Pro fast. There are 6 important tools here in the Tools panel. The first one and the most important one is the Selection tool, and you can easily use it to change your footages. Simple as that. The other feature of this is that when I choose the selection tool and go on the edges of a footage, its shape would change into this, and I can easily use it to maximize or minimize my footage. And you can see that this area is cut for me. The next tool is Select Forward Track tool, and when I choose it, it will be forward and backward. The shortcut button is A. I can easily click on a footage, and in order to move a group of footages, I can use this tool. Of course, also pay attention that you can also do the same using the selection tool, but this tool is easier for you to use. The next tool is Ripple Edit tool, or the shortcut button B. When I click on it, you can see that nothing happens on the footages themselves, but when I go on the borders between the footages, you can see that how its shape would change, and its color would be also yellow. I can use this tool to move my footage. You can see that in the monitor panel how my picture changes. The difference between this and the selection tool is that when I choose the selection tool, I can minimize the footage, and you can see that that area is cut for me and that area is empty here. And now I have to select all those footages and move them so that I can fill that area. I can also right click here and choose Ripple Edit. But when I use the Ripple Edit tool, or the shortcut button B, this empty space will automatically be deleted from me. For example, here I want a point which looks fine for me, and I minimize my footage here, my first footage, and my second footage is fixed here. These software packages are also useful in color correction and lighting. You can watch the training video on changing a specific color in Premiere Pro. The next tool is Rolling Edit tool, or the shortcut button N. The difference between this important tool with the previous tool is that when I go on the edges, on the borders between these two footages, you can see how its shape changes. In the previous tool, the previous footage would stay unchanged, but here you can see that I can change both of these footages using this tool, and I can choose a point which looks fine, and I can use it to cut my footages. For example, here you can see that both of my footages change, and I can choose an area which looks fine. The next tool is Rate Stretch tool, which is a very important and also very useful tool. And what it does is that it will change the duration and also the scale of the file. Pay attention that when we use the Rolling Edit tool, it would, and also some other tools, they would cut some part of the footage. But for example here, these are the points where my footage is cut, and they look fine, but I want them to be shorter. So I can come on the border here and minimize it, and you can see that it is somehow faster the motion of my file. But the last tool is Razors tool, or the shortcut button C, and you can use it to cut your footages into different parts. It is a tool which is usually very useful, and you can use it to cut wherever you don't like. For example, here I delete this area and move my footages. And you can see that I can easily use the razor tool to do this. This was the 6 important tools in Premiere Pro.